GMNA uses artificial intelligence for generated speech, visuals, and production. AI-generated content may contain errors. Please verify important information before making decisions or taking action.
Good evening. Young golfers just clinched the Capital Region Amateur titles, while a regional power outage leaves thousands in the dark across Rensselaer and Washington. The Weather Service has issued advisories for today, and CDTA Transit is running temporary detours. Over to you, Diana.
Whitney Day celebrates the legendary singer at Saratoga Race Course today, featuring live tribute performances, family-friendly games, and a special pop-up museum showcasing her iconic wardrobe.
Admission is complimentary for children under 12, while adults pay a modest fee. Free parking is available in the North Meadow lot throughout the festivities.
Local bakery Sweet Treats will serve mini blueberry muffins every hour, and a charitable donation box encourages guests to support the Community Music Scholarship Program.
Lots to get to this evening, so stay tuned as we dive into the stories that matter to our community here in Saratoga Springs. Here are our top stories. 3 young golfers clinched Capital Region Amateur Championship titles at Ballston Spa Country Club this past weekend, underscoring the area's vibrant youth sports scene. Bridget Halloran has the full story.
At the Ballston Spa Country Club, the final round of the Capital Region Amateur Championship wrapped up on Saturday, concluding a 3-day swing that began on August 3rd. 3 young golfers emerged as champions, each clinching a title in their respective age division as the clubhouse buzzed with applause. Over the weekend, competitors from towns across the Capital Region navigated the club's rolling fairways and fast greens, testing their skill under clear skies. The winners hoisted their trophies on the 18th hole green, their families gathering nearby to celebrate. The event, which attracted dozens of families and supporters, marked the steady flow of talent through the region's junior golf programs. Bridget Halloran, GMNA News, Ballston Spa.
Yesterday morning, a regional power failure left thousands of residents across Rensselaer and Washington counties without electricity. National Grid confirmed the outage on its service map, noting that the disruption began early Friday and spread rapidly through both counties. The loss of power has halted business operations, forced commuters to pause travel, and left many tourists, still in town for the summer season, without lighting or climate control. Emergency crews are on site, working to isolate the fault and restore service, but officials warn that full restoration could take several hours. Local officials have urged residents to conserve any backup energy and to avoid unnecessary travel until power returns. The outage underscores the fragility of the region's grid during peak summer demand. Power companies are coordinating with state authorities to assess any damage to transmission lines and to expedite repairs before the weekend's peak tourist influx.
The Western Turnpike in Guilderland was shut down Thursday evening after an unexpected flash flood sent water racing across the roadway. Heavy rain earlier that day caused the creek alongside the highway to swell, submerging a police cruiser that was patrolling the stretch. Officials confirmed the water rose fast enough to cover the vehicle's lower panels before crews could reach the scene. The closure forced a detour for dozens of commuters and tourists bound for the Saratoga region, adding significant delays to the evening rush. State police and local fire units worked through the night to assess damage and clear debris, but officials warned drivers to avoid the area until repairs are complete. Residents were urged to seek alternate routes as the water level receded and the turnpike remained impassable.
Hannaford is recalling select deli and produce items containing jalapeno after a salmonella risk was identified, affecting stores across the Capital Region. The ongoing recall aims to protect shoppers and diners. Russ Tedeschi has the full story.
Shoppers at Hannaford stores across the Capital Region have been told to stop using several deli and produce items that contain jalapeno after a possible salmonella contamination was identified. The recall, announced Saturday, August 8th, covers sliced turkey, ham, and a mixed salad blend, all of which list jalapeno as an ingredient. The warning came after Coast Citrus Distributors, the jalapeno supplier, notified Hannaford of the potential health risk. Customers are instructed to return the products to any Hannaford location for a full refund and to discard any remaining items at home. Store staff are handing out printed notices and answering questions as the recall moves through the chain. Russ Tedeschi, GMNA News, Saratoga Springs.
New York's National Weather Service has rolled out a slate of heat, thunderstorm, and flash flood advisories for today, covering the entire state and in particular Saratoga County. Residents and visitors are being urged to stay alert for soaring temperatures that could push the heat index into dangerous territory, especially in low-lying neighborhoods near the Hudson and the Mineral Springs districts. The service has placed a heat advisory on much of the capital region, while a thunderstorm watch stretches from Albany northward through the Adirondack foothills. In areas where intense rain is forecast, a flash flood warning remains in effect, meaning rapid water rise could catch motorists and hikers off guard. Authorities recommend limiting outdoor exertion during peak heat, securing loose objects, and monitoring local alerts as conditions evolve throughout the day. Coming up, we'll break down the $5.03 million budget shortfall hitting Saratoga Springs and what it means for taxpayers. We will be right back.
Every day, important stories happen across the city before any news crew arrives. Sometimes the very first person at the story is you. When you witness something newsworthy, open the GMNA Citizen Reporter app and start your report. The app guides you through every step while your report is delivered directly to the GMNA newsroom. Every submission is reviewed by our editorial team, and approved reports may be featured on GMNA. Get the GMNA Citizen Reporter app today at my.gmna.ca. Your city, your news. Welcome back. Saratoga Springs officials announced yesterday that the city will enter the next fiscal year with a projected shortfall of $5.3 million. The deficit forecast by the Finance Department arrives even as tourism revenue from the historic racetrack and local museums continues to climb. City leaders warned the gap could force cuts to municipal services and may prompt difficult tax decisions in the coming months. The shortfall stems from higher operating costs that outpace the recent boost in visitor spending. Officials said they are reviewing budget options and will present a revised plan to the City Council before the year end. Residents can expect further updates as the administration works to balance the books while maintaining essential community programs. The city's finance director emphasized that preserving core services will be a top priority as officials explore both spending cuts and potential revenue enhancements.
Costco Wholesale launched a warehouse at 1701 Western Avenue in Saratoga Springs on August 6, 2026, drawing 14,000 memberships and promising options and jobs. Owen Prescott has the full story.
Costco Wholesale broke ground on a new warehouse on Western Avenue in Saratoga Springs on August 6, 2026. The 250,000 square foot building opens with the full lineup of groceries, electronics, apparel, and home goods that the chain is known for. It marks the chain's first presence in Saratoga Springs, filling a gap left since the nearest location closed years ago. Management says 14,000 shoppers signed up for memberships before the doors opened, a sign of strong local interest. The store is expected to add several hundred jobs, ranging from floor staff to warehouse positions, bolstering employment in the Albany area market. Residents and visitors now have another large-scale retail option just off the highway. Owen Prescott, GMNA News, Western Avenue.
Last Thursday night, the Bad Blood 5K wound through the Siena University campus, drawing hundreds of runners and walkers who gathered to support a regional blood cancer nonprofit. Organizers said the evening race raised a substantial sum for vital services that assist patients battling blood cancers. Participants wore bright tees and flashed lanterns along the illuminated route, creating a festive atmosphere despite the summer heat. The course wound past the historic Mineral Springs and the iconic Congress Park, giving participants a scenic glimpse of the city's spa heritage. The nonprofit, which provides counseling, transportation, and financial aid, reported that the funds will bolster its outreach programs through the remainder of the season. Community leaders praised the turnout, saying the event reflects the city's commitment to health causes. With the success of this year's race, planners hope to keep the momentum building for future fundraising efforts.
The Saratoga Regional YMCA is opening its doors to anyone who wants to be part of a historic moment. As part of its 160-year anniversary, the organization announced on August 6 an ongoing invitation for community members to contribute personal mementos, photographs, or letters for a commemorative time capsule. The capsule will be sealed later this year, preserving a snapshot of today's Saratoga Springs for future generations. Volunteers can drop off items at the YMCA's main facility anytime before they seal up, and staff will catalog each contribution. Organizers say the project aims to capture the city's spirit, from the summer racing buzz to everyday life in the Spa City. The effort joins other anniversary events planned throughout the summer, offering a tangible link between the YMCA's past and the years ahead.
Saratoga High School hosted the first annual Chocolate Milk Mile on Saturday, drawing runners of all ages to a mile-long dash ending in chocolate milk, with organizer Cole Harris noting proceeds fund cross-country teams. Talia Whitcomb has the full story.
Runners of every age lined up on the Saratoga High School track Saturday, August 8, 2026, for the inaugural Chocolate Milk Mile. Cole Harris, the event's organizer, handed out chocolate milk bottles at the finish line, turning the mile into a frothy celebration. Participants sprinted, jogged, and walked the distance, braving the summer heat while families cheered from the bleachers. Volunteers kept the course clear and handed out water between laps, adding to the lively scene. All proceeds are earmarked for the boys and girls cross-country programs, giving the teams a new source of funding. The race, billed as a community-focused fundraiser, attracted dozens of local residents and school alumni, all eager to combine a quick workout with a sweet treat. Talia Whitcomb, GMNA News, Saratoga High.
Now let's turn to the forecast and see what tonight's weather holds for us.
A steady high-pressure dome and a southwest jet keep tonight clear and warm across the Capital District. On this date, the all-time high reached 87 degrees in 2025, set during a late summer heat wave that pushed several counties into the 90-degree range. The record low of 55 degrees fell in 2015, a surprise chill that arrived with an early autumn cold front sweeping down from the Great Lakes. Normal highs hover around 82 degrees with lows near 64, so today's temperatures sit just a touch above average despite the unchanging pressure pattern. The live radar is completely quiet, showing no precipitation bands across the region. A shallow ridge of high pressure holds the air mass aloft, while the southwest jet at 54 miles per hour streams overhead without forcing lift. With no moisture forcing, the sky remains clear and the radar will stay empty through the evening, allowing us to transition straight into the overnight outlook. At 6 p.m. the temperature sits at 82 degrees, feeling like 88 with 70% humidity and a gentle 6-mile-per-hour southwest breeze. Near average pressure is holding steady, so the ridge will persist through the night, keeping clouds at bay. The jet stream remains aloft, reinforcing the subsidence that suppresses cloud formation. UV index reads 6, and wind will stay below 16 miles per hour, so no gust concerns. No weather alerts are in effect. Conditions will gradually cool towards 79 degrees after sunset and remain clear into the early hours. Tomorrow's high will be 82 degrees with a low of 61, and the sky stays clear as the ridge continues. Monday brings a high of 81 and a low of 59, but an incoming mid-level trough will introduce enough lift for overcast skies and a 50% chance of rain, especially in the afternoon. Tuesday returns to a high of 82 and low of 61 under clear skies as the trough moves east. Wednesday's high drops to 79 with a low of 61. A weak cold front raises the rain probability to 25%, mainly after midnight. Thursday's high holds at 79 with a low of 57, clear overall, but a 35% chance of rain in the late night as lingering moisture drifts back in. The pattern stays driven by a steady ridge punctuated by occasional shortwaves, delivering a mix of dry spells and brief showers over the next 5 days. And that's your weather. Remember, the local sunset is also available as a podcast. Listen anytime on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts.
Up next, traffic detours on CDTA routes, a peek at Whitney Day at the racecourse, plus Gaffney's Spotlight. We will be right back.
Every day, important stories happen across the city before any news crew arrives. Sometimes the very first person at the story is you. When you witness something newsworthy, open the GMNA Citizen Reporter app and start your report. The app guides you through every step while your report is delivered directly to the GMNA newsroom. Every submission is reviewed by our editorial team, and approved reports may be featured on GMNA. Get the GMNA Citizen Reporter app today at my.gmna.ca. Your city, your news. All major roadways are moving smoothly this morning. No accidents, no construction, and Interstate 95, US 9 and the Saratoga County roads are clear for commuters. Drivers heading toward downtown on Route 123 should expect a slowdown at the main intersection. The only notable change comes on the CDTA side. Route 214 is under a detour because of a Walmart expansion that began June 4, 2026 and will run through June 4, 2027. Several stops along the corridor are temporarily closed, so riders should expect to board at alternate locations. A separate water main repair is affecting routes 600 and 605, forcing a short detour and the closure of a handful of stops near downtown. Those routes will run on a revised path for the next few weeks. Otherwise, traffic will stay light this afternoon, with rush hour buildup expected around the Saratoga Springs interchange on Interstate 87 after 5 o'clock.
Whitney Day kicks off the Saratoga Meet today at the Saratoga Racecourse, turning the track into a celebration of the sport's legends. If you love the thunder of hooves, you'll feel the pulse of history in every stride. Tonight, the Philadelphia Orchestra brings the magic of Harry Potter to life with a full film concert at the Saratoga Performing Arts Center, starting at 7:30 p.m., a spell-binding experience for families and fans alike. Over at the Saratoga Casino Hotel, Sunset Saturdays rolls on with live harness racing, food trucks, and themed family fun perfect for an easygoing evening out. And for a gentle touch of history, swing by Gate A for Horse Sense, where you can pet a retired thoroughbred from noon to 2 p.m., a chance to connect with the horses behind the races. All of this makes today a true showcase of why Saratoga springs to life each summer. And now here's James with sports.
Summer heat fuels racing, but baseball battles keep Saratoga fans on edge. The Yankees bullpen sat second in ERA and xERA, but GM Brian Cashman chose to trade Camilo Doval, Jake Bird, and Yavani Cruz instead of adding another high-end arm. The decision shows confidence in the existing staff and a push toward younger, cost-controlled depth as the stretch run looms. The Yankees are banking on George Lombard Jr. to lift their infield defense. As the newest shortstop, his range and glove work aim to give pitchers greater confidence and tighten the overall defensive ceiling. If Lombard delivers, the team could see a noticeable drop in opponent batting averages on balls in play. Carson Benj exited Friday's Mets outing after a sliding catch into the left field wall left his extended left wrist sore. The left-handed bat's health is now a question as the Mets head into a crucial mid-season stretch, and his absence could thin the outfield depth. The Giants entered their 7th training camp practice at the Greenbrier, with fans invited to watch. Coach John Harbaugh emphasized a chase for perfection, while all eyes remain on Odell Beckham's performance as the wide receiver battles for a starting role. On this day in 1932, Jacob Ruppert signed Babe Ruth to the Yankees, cementing a partnership that propelled the club into an era of dominance. Remembering the owner's vision highlights how front office decisions can define a franchise's legacy. Safety Tyler Nubin, a former Minnesota ballhawk drafted in the 2nd round, has yet to translate his collegiate interception numbers into the NFL. The Giants hope an opportunistic defensive scheme will unlock his playmaking instincts and solidify the secondary after recent free agency exits.
On Caroline Street, Gaffney's is back, swinging its doors open after about 2 years of silence. Under new leadership, the historic spot has been fully renovated, and a second concept called The Parlor now offers a 1920s-inspired lounge alongside the original dining room. Guests can still enjoy classic pub fare and a chef-driven menu upstairs, while Sundays bring a leisurely brunch that stretches from the patio to the new lounge. The revival breathes fresh energy into the Caroline Street corridor, drawing neighbors and visitors alike to a place that once served as a community hub. For anyone who grew up grabbing a bite after the races, Gaffney's feels like a hometown hug. Later we'll explore Lemonade Wars, teaching Albany kids entrepreneurship, then hear how Browns Beach in Stillwater plans reopening. We'll be right back.
Every day, important stories happen across the city before any news crew arrives. Sometimes the very first person at the story is you. When you witness something newsworthy, open the GMNA Citizen Reporter app and start your report. The app guides you through every step while your report is delivered directly to the GMNA newsroom. Every submission is reviewed by our editorial team, and approved reports may be featured on GMNA. Get the GMNA Citizen Reporter app today at my.gmna.ca. Your city, your news. Welcome back. Young Albany campers participated in a lemonade selling contest at a Saratoga Springs summer program in early August 2026, wrapping up a 4-week entrepreneurship series designed to teach basic business skills. Owen Prescott has the full story.
Kids from the local summer camp gathered at the community park on the outskirts of Saratoga Springs for a hands-on lemonade selling contest. After a 4-week program that ran through early August, the young campers set up makeshift stalls, each pricing and marketing their own drinks. Organizers provided basic worksheets on cost, profit, and customer service, then let the participants run the sales on their own. Over the course of the afternoon, the teams rotated roles, handling cash, tracking inventory, and adjusting prices to attract the most buyers. By the end, judges tallied sales, awarding a modest prize to the crew that turned the highest profit while keeping the lemonade sweet. The event capped a broader entrepreneurship module aimed at giving kids a real-world taste of business. Owen Prescott, GMNA News, Saratoga Springs.
Browns Beach in Stillwater is set to reopen in early August after a week-long closure caused by historic flooding, restoring a popular spot for residents and visitors. Bridget Halloran has the full story.
Work crews are on the sand at Browns Beach, pulling debris from the shoreline and spreading fresh sand to replace what the floodwaters carried away. Portable generators hum near the lifeguard tower as staff install new safety signs and test the water's clarity after a week of closure. Managers say the beach will open to the public in early August, giving locals and visitors a chance to resume swimming and picnicking by the lake. The recent severe rain left the boardwalk submerged and the parking lot littered, but sandbars are being rebuilt and the restroom facilities are being inspected for safety. Officials expect the reopening to bring a quick return of the community's favorite summer gathering spot. Bridget Halloran, GMNA News, Stillwater.
Thanks, Saratoga Springs, for joining us tonight. A special shout-out to the community that rallied at the Bad Blood 5-kilometer run supporting blood cancer research. We'll be back tomorrow with more stories that matter to you. Tomorrow we'll preview the new Costco opening and the latest on the budget shortfall. Until then, stay safe and enjoy your evening.